Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm David Thompson from Certis Group. Today we're going to talk about a really important subject, and that is how to deal with your bank. Now, all businesses have suppliers, and they can include the people who sell you the normal goods and services, and your employees, and sometimes the rent, but all businesses have to deal with banks. Now, banks are not like other suppliers because fundamentally banks are machines. There's a complete difference between a bank and a landlord, and a bank and your employees and your other suppliers. The reason is that with your landlord and your employees and your suppliers, you can usually deal with someone on an equal footing, person to person, and you're dealing with an identifiable individual. But again, with a bank, it's just a machine. Banks are fundamentally machines that turn deposits into profits. And that is what they are totally focused on. If you don't believe me, listen to this guy. He's the Royal Commissioner. Now, I'm not going to say to you that banks are like some organised crime group, but they are very organised. But you have to recognise that the person that you're speaking to on the phone is probably not someone who has the authority or the permission to make direct individual decisions for you. And even the person that they're reporting upstairs to is still, they've got to be guided and instructed by the policies of some other group that's in some smoke-filled room. Now, this might seem terribly negative, but actually it's not. It's about situational awareness. It means you know what your position is, they know what their position is, and you can then work the system for your own advantage. Here's how we do that. Number one, understand where you're at. Get yourself a list of your bank positions at the moment, your loans, your deposits, and have them on hand ready for the call. Number two, predict the questions that the bank is going to ask you. They'll ask you things about what your assets and liabilities are. They'll also ask you about your income and your expenses, and they'll ask you to predict what your income is going to be. You may well find it useful to have a cash flow forecast on hand when you're making the call. If you have difficulty in producing one of those, please give us a call. Again, we can help you produce one of those. Number three, check out online what the bank that you're banking with is offering right now. They're putting out new products every day, and they're changing their policies every day. So jump online, and when you have the phone call with the bank, ask them for more than what they are publicly offering right now. Two reasons. One is they may well be offering more than what they say publicly that they're able to do. And number two, even if they say no, it means that you can throttle down your request to the maximum level that they're offering. Number four, put aside some time to make the call to the bank and expect that a fair bit of it you're going to be spending on hold. Be calm, be polite, be nice to the person that you're speaking to. Remember that they're not ultimately the decision maker. Remember, ultimately, you're speaking to a machine. Here are some other points to remember. Firstly, at the moment, the banks are putting out deferrals on loans. What that means in practice is that you're getting your interest deferred and you're going to have to pay it sometime down the track. Now, this is a little bit different from what's going on with landlords, because in many cases you can do a deal with your landlord whereby you can get a rent holiday for several months if that's what you're able to negotiate. Banks almost entirely, with very few exceptions, are unwilling to do this right now. And the reason for that is because there is not enough social pressure put on them by individuals, by the public, or by the government. They're doing it that way because they can. When you do call your bank, it's going to be for one of three reasons. Either you're going to be asking them for a deferral of an existing loan, or you're going to be asking them for new lending facilities like an extension to your overdraft or a business loan, or you might be asking for both. Whichever way it goes, just make sure that you're going into that conversation fully equipped with all of the information that you expect the bank is going to want to be knowing. If you're not sure what that is, please call us. We've done this dance with the banks before. We know generally what it is that they want, and we can help you get that information. Now, the Commonwealth Government, bless their little hearts, they're supporting the banks by underwriting the lending of up to $250,000 per loan to eligible businesses. The banks are coming up with all sorts of new products almost hourly. So jump on the web and have a look and see what your bank is offering right now. Also, the Queensland Government have still got, apparently, open these amazing Q-Rider loans, which are loans of up to $250,000 for eligible businesses. The terms and conditions for them are absolutely amazing. If you've got any possibility of getting one of these loans, you should jump on it right away, in which case, please give us a call straight away, because you will require our help in assembling the documentation to go in for one of these loans. They're not terribly difficult or onerous to apply for, but you will require our help. So finally, check out certusgroup.com.au for links and information on dealing with the banks and a whole variety of other issues. Remember to like and subscribe to the videos. They really give me encouragement to keep them coming out, and I'll see you in the next one.